Nere mithirure ukuma thirikari eno eko ya Kenya Kwanza gukorwo yoete utongoria. Thirikari eno niyahitire haria mwena wa Kasarani na kiuga ati gutire hende egetekeria njoragano cia magigi cikorwo cigikika toria thirikari cia hau kabere cikoretwo cigika kana ciakoretwo ciaka.
That extrajudicial killing will not be part of an administration that I run. I can say that without fear of contradiction.
President Ruto mena murini wake wa kahinda gathe wa Gachagua ni manirire king'ang'aire na makiuga ati gutire hende magetekera njoragano ta icio cikorwo cikihanika. Ona tamu yao ya mbere tathirite njoragano cikiambia gukorwo cikioneka. Ni mukuririkana wega to wega kiambiriria kia mwaka uyu ni kwari na mirurungano iria yari kuo mirurungano ya thayu, mirurungano iria yacungereirie ayuthi makiria ma 50 gukorwo makiuragwo. Riria President Ruto akorirwo akiorio niki ayuthi marakorwo makiuragwo, augire ani ayuthi ici ni itoi iria cireitania na mbeu njethi aria metagwo Gen Z na ni thirikari cirenda kugarura.
Today, Kenya experienced an unprecedented attack on its democracy, rule of law, and the integrity of its constitutional institutions. An otherwise legitimate expression of the fundamental rights and freedoms of assembly, demonstration, picketing, and petitioning of public authorities by a section of law-abiding citizens of the Republic of Kenya was infiltrated and hijacked by a group of organized criminals. Most regrettably, today's attack on Kenya's constitutional order has resulted in the loss of lives, also destruction of property and desecration of institutions and emblems of our sovereignty. Today's events mark a critical turning point on how we respond to grave threats to our national security. I assure the nation that the government has mobilized all resources at the nation's disposal to ensure that a situation of this nature will not recur again at whatever cost. I thank our security officers who are on duty today for applying themselves to the best of their abilities in the defense of Kenya and its people. Accordingly, I have directed all the organs of our national security to deploy measures to thwart any attempt by dangerous criminals to undermine the security and stability of our country.
Ta imagine ayuthi 50 aria makuire thiine wa mirurungano ya thayu na kindu kiria makuite no federa na mai nayo borithi makihothera hinya mukiruku makihothera rithathi tare itoi marahura nacio ni ukorwo munene wao arauga ni thirikari marenda kugarura. O kiumia kiu President Ruto auga ati ni thirikari irenda kugarurwo gukiumira kiondo gia kumakaria na kiondo gia gutuanda kwena hote kwena andu makiria ma 200 makorirwo makiragwo kwena mwena wa Githurai no President Ruto orio augire gutire undu tocio wakorirwo kihanika kuria mwena wa Githurai ni andu marenda kuhaka thirikari ndoro.
That there was a massacre in Githurai and 20 people were killed in Githurai. Were 20 people killed in Githurai? Really?
The Kenya National Commission on Human Rights does not have records of 20 people killed.
No, but that's their statement. It is a statement that is public, you know. So the same Kenya Human Rights, Kenya Commission, National Human Rights Commission, told the country a blatant fake news falsehood. That there was a massacre.
This 24 is also...
Let me. You asked me a question. Allow me to answer.
Yes.
That's what they told the country. So an organization that can tell the country without verifying that there was a massacre in Githurai. In fact, BBC on that account, went to investigate in Githurai. And of course, you have read, BBC has said there was no massacre in Githurai.
Mr. President.
There was one person who was shot by the police. Let me answer.
Yep.
So, an organization that is as reckless as to say there was a massacre when there was none, now is telling us there are 24, the police are saying 19. We will find out where the numbers are. Okay. But that is the credibility of the organization.
Okay.
Ona ciumia igiri tathirite tukiona kiondo nyingi gia kumakania kuria mwena wa Kware mere makiria ya 13 ikoro ikirutwo thiini wa kiara kiu akenya maikona ciuria nyingi makiyuria hihi kwahota gukorwo kiondo kiria gia Githurai ni mere yo yautwo kuria mwena wa Githurai na githie gitwarwo kuria mwena wa Kware ta imagine mere werateo handu hakuhi na borithi me hau na matiramenya niki kirakorirwo gigithie na mbere.
So far has begun in earnest with calls from all quarters for immediate and speedy investigations. President William Ruto has called for quick action on a day when residents expressed anger against the government, as Sheila Chelangat reports.
The puzzle of the 13 bodies retrieved at the Kware area in Mukuru Kwanjenga slums in Nairobi so far is proving to be a challenging one, even as investigations are set to commence. It is alleged that these bodies packed in these bags and tied with ropes were tortured before being mutilated, while still there is a likely chance that the 13 could have undergone similar torture before their death. Here at the city mortuary, 6 bodies were brought in on Friday and 5 more today. In an unlikely turn of events, no one came out yet to claim them, save for the Kenya Red Cross and other human rights bodies who are prepared to give psychosocial support to anyone who could have shown up to claim the bodies. And as the police work to piece together the final moments before they met their deaths, those familiar with the probe profile say police could be exploring a possibility that the bodies could be either from an organ harvesting syndicate or a cult.
The homicide has told the city mortuary to stop tampering with the sacks of the bodies that were found until on Monday.
This has irked many.
Wakati watu washaekwa kwa gunia ndio kome una resign after watu wako kwa gunia, seriously. Unarudi kwa kazi mpaka wakufufuke, unarudi kwa kazi.
And President William Ruto has called for speedy investigations.
Nimeamurisha polisi na wale wote wanaohusika, DCI na wale wote wengine ambao wanahusika kwa mambo ya homicide na mambo ya kuchunguza vile haya mambo yametokea.
Human rights defending organizations have also come forth calling for immediate collection of the victims' fingerprints and post-mortem of the bodies be conducted together with independent observers. Several residents of the area marched the police cars carrying more bodies retrieved today. Their demands are that the bodies be taken out of those sacks and the investigation commenced immediately.
Na riria mereno ya utokora mwena wa Kware, munene wa borithi wa uku county ya Nairobi aikoro akiyeheria na akiuga ati uthuthuria ni ukorwo ugithie na mbere. Ta imagine tutete ando makiria maigana rimwe gukorwo makiuragwo na ciurago cia magigi na thirikari iroiga ndio ndeto teyo. Tariu hende no ya mirorongano andu ni makoragwo makinyitwo migwate no thirikari yorio ikauga gutire borithi marakorwo makinyita andu migwate koguo matiramenya ni maranyita andu aya migwate. Aikorwo thirikari ndiramenya ni andu ariko maranyita andu migwate, ithwe twi atuko tukimenya ni andu ariko maranyita andu migwate.
A good number of alleged disappearances have also turned out to be arrests made by police officers. In such cases, the suspects have been duly arraigned in court. I must, however, make it very clear, I condemn any excessive or extrajudicial action which puts the life and liberty of any person at risk, including disappearances and threats to life.
Toreo kou hende no ya mirongano ya thayo ni mukurikana wega ta wega kuria mwena wa Rungai mwana munini aikorwo akihurwo rithathi ithathatũ no thirikari yorio yaugire mwana ucio ndahuritwo rithathi 6 mwana ucio ahuritwo rithathi 2 ona thengi wa nyumba cia mohoro gukorwo cikionania ati mwana ucio ahuritwo rithathi 6.
This boy, 12-year-old, took 8 bullets. 8 bullets into the body of a 12-year-old boy. What would you tell the mother of that boy?
That boy is alive, right?
No, it's not.
Kennedy Onyango died.
He's died.
So he's the one who died?
Yes.
So you're not talking about the person who was shot with rubber bullets?
No.
No.
Yeah?
Shot with bullets 8 times.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
In Ngong, this is the situation in Ngong, right? In Ngong, there was an incident where the police were overpowered by criminals. They took a firearm from the police. They used that firearm against people. And one policeman had to shoot this fellow who had hijacked a gun from a policeman so that not to endanger the lives of more citizens. It is among the 3 people. One of the criminals is among the 3 people who was shot by the police after they overpowered the police and took the bullet and took the gun from the police and used it against innocent citizens.
Ona ciumia igere itathirite thirikari yo ene igitwara mbere kuria mwena wa City Mortuary na ikirwa ati mortuary yo ni jihoru.
Hatuwezi zunguka na mwili tangu saa 3. Mwili yenye tumeokota. Where do we get the next of kin? Hii gari imekuja hapa, hii ni mara ya 4.
This is the situation at City Mortuary.
So where do we take the body? This is mwenye hatujui ni mtu wa wapi. Where do we take it? We have been tumekuja tumepeleka mwili police station. Now we have come back. Night is with us. Tutaenda turudishe mali tulitoa.
No more unknown bodies are allowed at this facility.
Ilisemekana bodies zote za polisi usiingie hapa. Hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza. Hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza. Na hiyo kitu utaenda kujibiwa kwa ofisi. So mimi ni authority nimepewa.
Citizen TV followed these police officers who arrived at this mortuary in the morning and turned away. The officers forced to remain with the body all day. When it dawned on the officers that they had nowhere to take the body, they opted to come back to City Mortuary at night. The junior officers had no power and their bosses were forced to get to the facility. They too were denied access.
For solution, yeah, I've been told to call you.
That you need to talk like a man. I think it's OCPD.
Mimi OCPD na ndugu yangu we are worked up kwa sababu tumetembea na mwili tangu saa 3. This is the third time I'm coming here. Tumekaa na mwili police station, tumerudisha. Up to now it is not being admitted. Niko mortuary ndugu yangu, niko City Mortuary.
As City Hall would have it, there is no space at the morgue. They say the mortuary is full, as it currently holds 607 bodies against a capacity of 184 bodies. Unidentified bodies will not be accepted.
Siku ya leo tumesimamisha ile admission ya bodies to Nairobi City Nairobi Funeral Home kwa sababu kwa ile funeral home yenye ilianza mwaka wa 1956 iko na capacity ya kuchukua mili 184. Lakini kufika siku ya leo ile mili tuko nayo iko pale katika facility yetu ni 607. Hii ni kumaanisha kuwa hatuwezi offer ile quality services kwa wale wateja wetu, na kwa sababu ya hiyo tumesimamisha admissions mpaka tuweze kukilia ile congestion iko pale.
Staff at the mortuary were afraid to let in any police vehicles with unknown bodies, with the directive issued from City Hall putting them at risk of losing their jobs. This officer ordered to write reasons why he accepted 2 bodies brought in by police officers from Ruai last night.
From the accident, eh? So, Missy Jean may andike statement.
So hii statement unaandika ni kwa sababu li receive media note.
Makosa nilifanya ni kuruhusu hizi zikaadhibitiwa pale. So I don't know.
After a few calls to the county heads, their known bodies after 9 hours of waiting would be allowed in, leaving questions on whether the city mortuary is full and where the police take unknown bodies that they encounter in the course of duty.
But they could have even written to the police stations so that we don't pick bodies.
Where's the memo?
Hiyo ni punishment even to the dead.
Ona thirikari yageria kuria ati ni cite mochari ejihoru yerirwo ati kwena mere makiria 600 mere iria itamenyekanaga ni yao na mere yo ikoretwo itwaritwo kou no thirikari ta imagine mere makiria ya 600 na ndere yamenyeka ni yao hihi mere no 600 igikorwo yumite ku kwena hotekeku hihi kana ne njuragano ya kumwena wa Githurai mere ya kuruwa gitwaro kuru ya mwena wa City Mortuary na kuria kungi ikorwo igiteo kiara-ini ya Kware hihi hano hotekeku ate mere yo nino ya umira guku mwena wa Githurai ne gitwaro kuria mwena wa City Mortuary. Kiuria kinene akenya mareyuria ta imagine we hau ndumenyaga mundu wanyu kuria thire na no korwo mundu wanyu abuthiire kuria mwena wa City Mortuary tondu mutishugurikanaga na andu anyu. Ona mieri ere tathire ta kuma tuone maundu maria mahandikire kuria Kware rukuria mwena wa Nyeri ni kwa yumirie kiundu kiria nyingi giatumire aciari matigwo menyitete ciongo kiundu gia kumakania na kiundu gia gutuanda kiria giatumire aciari ginya muthenya wa umuthi matire mahonia ironda ni mukurikana wega ta wega thukuru ya Hillside igikorwo ikihia na ciana 19 cigikorwo cigite mioyo yao thirikari igitengera na ihenya na kiuga ati ni ukorwo igitwira niki giacungiriire mwaki ucio ukorwo igicina ciana 19 ginya umuthi uyu thirikari ndiri yaheana ndeto kimuhinyo ya niki giacungiriire ciana 19 ukorwo cigite mioyo wacio cukuru-ini wa Hillside. Thirikari oho ne koretwo ikiurio ni andu itige kuhinyiriria andu a kawaida na inyihanyihie njuragano na itige gukuithia andu a kawaida murigo munene no President Ruto ori uguo araugire ati aya ni andu mataramenya uria mareka aya ni andu akigu muno tondu marehirwo muhindi uria wetagwo Adani amathondekere airport na matire mathie ginya matire maranga ginya airport ino. Imagine thirikari iria yoka gukuhoya kura ikiuga ati ni ukorwo ikirikana mama boga kana mundu wa bodaboda na mundu wa mkokoteni thaici niyo iretate mundu ucio ni mukiegu tondu mundu ucio ndari akinya airport.
Na mimi nataka niwaulize wa Kenya, tafadhalini, kuna pepo chafu ya upingamizi kupinga kila kitu. Kiwanda kama hii watu wanaipinga, affordable housing wanaipinga, chanjo ya ng'ombe kuondoa magonjwa wanaipinga, kubadilisha mfumo ndio tuweze kuokoa universities zetu ambazo zilikuwa zinakwama wanaipinga, kupinga hata miradi yoyote ya serikali, mambo ya universal health coverage wanaipinga, mambo ya afya wanaipinga. Sasa mimi nauliza, hii pepo chafu nafikiri hata imefika wanapinga hata matoleo kanisani. Jameni, what is this? Surely, yani pepo ya kupinga kila kitu.
Imagine President yuka gutuhenia na akiuga ati thirikari yo ni ikorwo consider mundu wa kawaida no thaici aigira utongoria-ini arauga ndara consider andu acio ni agoruki na andu acio ni akigu muno matiramenya uria marenda aiko ginya mundu ndare wakinya mundu utari wa Kenya airport ucio ni mundu mukiregu muno na ndabati gukorwo agipinga miradi yothe ya thirikari iria thirikari irakorwo ikirehe o mundu uria wokite guku gutwira ati we ni mwendia wa nguku we baba wa ndoikaine koguo ino niyo thirikari ya mahasura a kawaida ta imagine mundu oka ukunendia cio kinyaniria guka kuria thirikari niki murakorwo mukihinyiriria andu mundu ucio aretwo mukabira maundu maya mothe megie mirorongano kwerekanaga ati gikuyu nikio gikoragwo kirutite mbeca nigetha kihure thirikari mundu tionge mundu werega kuhurwo ica ikuhi ni Rigathi wa Gachagua uria kwerekanaga ati ni arehire anake na iritu aruruka rwa Gen Z nigetha mathie bara magatetie thirikari iguru rigie magoti maria marakorwo makeigirirwo kaundu gaka tikageni maitho-ini ma Kenya kagotua mugikuyu ati ni mukabira taru ungirora uko nenda-ini cio kinyaniria mwikuyu wothe uratetia thirikari mundu ucio arerwo ni mukabira nie ngehoya gikuyu mutigetekere kuhurithanio ni mundu na kwirwo ati inyue muri mukabira aikoro inyue gikuyu mwe kabira mutingia githurire President Ruto ta president wanyu 2022 agikoro mwikuyu wothe ni mukabira mutinge kiandikite andu aria mwandikite mawira ofisi-ini icio cianyu kana nduka-ini icio cianyu ona athengia wa gubatithia mugikuyu ati ni mukabira ni mukuririkana wega ta wega ni kwirega kumira muithiramu umwe uria wetagwo Khalif Halifa uria waugire matirenda kuona gikuyu kuria kwa mwena wa Ramu ati gikuyu githie gikarugame guko Mount Kenya gikuyu nikio mukabira kana ucio niwe mukabira mutikameno na inyue mukorwo mukimena kirenge mwihoya inyuothe na muikarage na thayu mahinda me mothe na mutigetikire ateti matuike makumuhurithania tondo mamuhurithania hau niho monagira kanya nigetha matore ite-ini ningi kiumira ngagitwo Wandua wa Mwangi.